I guess rule number one of networking is introducing yourself. So hi, my name's Sunny Lenarduzzi, and I wanted to also say that because a lot of people have butchered my last name in the last month. So just so we're clear, it's not Lenarduzzi, it's not Lenarduzzi, it's Sunny Lenarduzzi. So just in case you were wondering. And I wanted to talk about networking today because it's a topic that makes a lot of people very uncomfortable. And I'm included in that category. When I was first starting in my career, I found it super awkward to go to events and try and introduce myself and try and talk to people that I knew really didn't give a crap about what I was doing. So I've learned a lot. And the basic principle of networking is to stop thinking about it that way and start thinking about it as building real relationships with people that are mutually beneficial and that stem from a common interest or a quality conversation. So in today's video, I'm going to share my 5 L's for networking without feeling like a total awkward weirdo. Here we go. The first L is lead, and this means a few different things. So let's start with taking the lead. Basically what I mean by that is before you even go to an event or a conference, figure out who's going to be there and do your research. This takes out that anxiety of feeling like you're going to walk into the room and you have no idea what to talk about with people. Instead, you're going in armed and prepared for conversations, and you know exactly what talking points to bring up, and sometimes you know what talking points not to bring up so you can avoid awkward conversations. So do your research. That's my first point. Take the lead on doing your research on people that are going to be at the event, and that way you'll feel more comfortable having conversations with them. The second thing I mean by taking the lead is figure out things to talk about outside of work and business. What creates real relationships with people is those common interests and things that you wouldn't even necessarily think about talking about at a business event. Let's say it's your favorite TV show or some sort of world event, something that's going on in the news. Everybody wants to jump in on those topics, so that breaks the ice and allows you to take the lead in the conversation so there aren't any weird pauses. And also, don't feel the need to force a joke to break the ice, because unless you're 100% positive that that joke is going to slay people, it usually comes across really, really uncomfortable and awkward, and you might offend somebody. I'm speaking from experience on this front. So just saying, don't force the funny if it doesn't come naturally to you. Just talk about things that you know and feel comfortable talking about. The second L is so important. Listen. Listen way more than you talk. We all know those people who go into events or conversations with an objective, and all they do is talk at you, and they may pause and pretend they're listening to you, but really they're not at all, and they're just thinking about their next point. That is so transparent, and it's so off-putting to people. So make sure that you're actually there, present, and listening to the conversation so you can offer valuable insights. That goes a long, long way. And if you're truly, truly listening, it will allow you to find opportunities to connect somebody with the right person or offer value to their life or their business. And that's what's going to solidify your relationship with them and allow you to further the conversation outside of the event, whether that's via email, a phone call, or a follow-up meeting. The next L is really simple. Look. Look people in the eyes, and as simple as that is, it's often missed. And whether that's due to a lack of confidence or whatever it is, it's rude, first of all, because it shows that you're disinterested in the conversation that you're having with the person in front of you or the group of people in front of you. And also, it makes people think that they can't trust you because you're not maintaining eye contact with them. So it gives you that shifty-eyed sort of look, and people are wondering what your motives really are for being there. So really, really important, whether you're talking to one person or a group of people, maintain eye contact with everybody that you're having that conversation with. The next L is kind of funny. It's leave. So leave something to the imagination, and also straight up leave the event. Don't overstay your welcome in a conversation with somebody. What I mean by that is when you try and force conversation or you feel like you're stuck, you tend to get into different conversations and areas of topics that you're not really comfortable with, and you may start rambling, and that's just never a good look. And it causes the person that you're talking to become disinterested in what you're saying, and that way you won't be as memorable to them. If you leave on a high note from an event or even from a conversation with somebody, it makes them want to continue that conversation and continue that relationship with you. So, like I said, leave something to the imagination, and exit gracefully. You can plan these out ahead of time. You can plan your exit strategies for any conversation ahead of time, and you can do it in a very polite way. So make sure that you know how to get out of that conversation. Finally, the last L is to linger, which I know sounds weird because I just talked about leaving, but this is in a different sense. So say the conversation's over, say the event's over, say the conference is over. You want to maintain those relationships. That's the whole key part of networking. So how you do this is you can follow people on social media. You can write them an email, which is my preferred method. You send an email, say it's somebody that I had a conversation with and I know I could help them or connect them with somebody in my community that would be beneficial to them. I always send a follow-up email and say, so nice to meet you. You met me here, just as a reminder to them, because people are busy and they may forget. And if you do need help with X, Y, and Z, here's my contact information for future reference. And then if it's somebody that you're talking to who maybe is in a much higher role than you or a higher position than you, you can always just follow up and thank them for their time. That always goes a long way. Keep it brief and just say, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the conversation. This is the takeaway that I took from it, and I'm truly grateful for it, so that they know that you actually got something out of that interaction, because that makes people feel good. And then leave it at that. And if you want to build on those relationships later on, you will have another opportunity to do so. But again, don't overstay your welcome and don't force it. At the end of the day, networking is about just creating a genuine community of people that you share common interests with, and also going in without an agenda for what you need to sell, but instead for how you can help other people. So keep that in mind the next time you have to go to a networking event. And I hope the 5 L's helped you. And if you have any ideas on networking and any tips or tricks that you use, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear your feedback, and I'm sure everybody else would too. If you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And if you want exclusive tips and tricks that I only share via email, make sure you sign up for my weekly emails. The link to do so is below this video. Thank you for watching. Happy networking, and I will see you guys later.